you a little history about the Kente fabric. Please, what I hold in my hands is a Kente strip. And strip weaving has existed in West Africa since the 11th century. So the Kente cloth, they are always woven in this narrow stress form. Before then, we join these pieces together to get this full fabric.
Okay.
But before the existence of this straight form of weaving, in the olden days, our forefathers were weaving a certain type of weave. We call it earth weave. And this is a sample of the weave that I'm talking about. This is the earth weave. So they were weaving this, and the finished product was used to cover their nakedness, as shown in the picture here. So you go to a town that one of the Ashanti Kingdom, he realized that his people have knowledge about this type of weave. So he gathered the good ones, he sent them to a village called Bondoukou. So these weavers went to Bondoukou to go and upgrade themselves about the weaving. So when they returned back, these weavers were employed by the king in his palace. So they were weaving only for the royal family. So in the olden days, Kente was a reserved cloth only for the royals. So it became a royal cloth from 11th century to 17th century before the cloth was exposed, and it became common for everyone to use. So now it's no more reserved cloth for the royal, but for everyone. So once you have your money, you can buy any cloth of your choice. Now, let's look at how we got the name Kente. The name Kente was derived from the word gorgeous. So when you put on the fabric, you become gorgeous like a peacock. So gorgeous in our local translation also means Kenten, Kenten, K-E-N-T-E-N. So through the word Kenten, that we derive the name Kente, K-E-N-T-E, Kente. And the moment we hear the name Kente, then we are talking about a hand-woven fabric from Ghana. So we go on further to explain that Kente is a visual representation of history, ethics. It's a powerful cultural symbol, and Kente is also a medium of communication. It's also a source of pride, both for Ghanaians in the African diaspora, and the cloth also chronicles the local history, which reflects the cultural value of the people. So we always communicate through the patterns. Colors play important role, but the meaning of the color doesn't affect the meaning of the patterns. So it's the patterns that brings out the message. So the names and the meanings of the Kente patterns are derived from philosophical concepts, oral literature, individual achievements, and some attributes of plants and animal life. We also name it after great events and also after an important personality. That's how we got the names. So the names are always decided by the weavers and the Kente chief. So we have a chief responsible for Kente. So once the weavers, they come out with the pattern, then they show it to the Kente chief. So both of them decide about the name before the cloth comes out for sale. So let's look at some of the meanings of some of the Kente patterns. So let's look at this one. This pattern means the road to success. It's not a smooth road. It's not a smooth journey. Success is a rough road. So use it to communicate about life journey. But for someone to be able to achieve all your goals in life, you need to work hard before you can achieve whatever that you want to achieve. It's also communicate that life is ups and downs. So it's not always as smooth as it is. Let's also look at another one here. If you want to communicate to people that jealous or envy is not good, there's no need for you to fight. We have this pattern which will do the talking for you because it's stop jealousy. Stop jealousy. So we want this to communicate to people in our community because sometimes once you become a successful person in life, there will be some people who will be also jealous about your envy or they hate you.
Right.
So no hate. That's the meaning of this.
So just that piece or the whole?
The whole pattern.
Okay.
Yeah. So when we are talking about the message, then we are talking about the whole cloth. We also have another one here. This pattern was also woven and named after Kwame Nkrumah and Fatia, when they got married, Kwame Nkrumah was our first president. He got married to an Egyptian woman called Fatia. So they both became husband and wife, Ghana and Egypt. So the weavers wove this and named it Fatia the Fifth Nkrumah, Fatia Fata Nkrumah, which we used to communicate about unity and to also communicate that we are all one. So no matter where you are coming from, no racism, no tribalism, no discrimination. That's the message this also communicates about. And we also have this pattern. This pattern also means better days ahead. So never give up. That's the meaning of this pattern, better days ahead. And Kente is more than just a piece of fabric, and it's a type of cloth that when you come to Ghana, we mostly use this for special occasions. So you hardly see people wearing Kente every day. So in occasions like festivals, weddings, graduation, church service, funerals, that's where you see people wearing Kente too. And in our tradition, when it's time for us to get married, when you go to some regions, Kente is a requirement. If a man wants to marry a woman, then you have to buy Kente for the mother and father of the woman that you want to marry. So it has been our tradition, especially when you come to Ashanti. No man will get married without buying Kente for the mother and father of the woman. So please, any question before?
So can I, like, how you just showed me 3 different patterns with 3 different meanings?
Yeah.
Can all that be in one outfit, or is it just?
Yes, so sometimes it depends on you, the buyer.
Okay.
Because it's your choice. So if you decide that I want all this in one pattern, you just give an order.
Okay.
So you do it as it is.
Okay.
Any further question?
No, but so question, because I see different, I saw the patterns
Yeah.
which you showed, but like this, and does this mean the same thing, this whole row, or that?
No, this is also a different pattern. So because when you look at this pattern, it's different from this.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
what does that pattern mean?
This pattern,
Yes.
so this pattern also communicates that we can live together, just a matter of understanding each other.
All right, so show me that other pattern that means that same thing.
Which one? This
That was the one.
or this?
So that's what I'm saying. So as the only people who can identify that then are people who understand the pattern. Because like if I came in, that pattern doesn't look like that pattern to me. So how would I tell? Is it the color scheme or is it the design?
So it's not about the color scheme, it's the pattern. So when you look at this pattern, all this pattern, you see that they are different from this.
Right.
So this pattern meaning is different from this pattern.
Right.
But when the colors are the same, but the pattern it differs, the name changes. But you have the same pattern,
Okay.
but in different colors, it still means the same.
No, I just, okay. I'm looking.
Cotton was the first material that we were using in the weaving industry. So in the olden days, after harvesting the cotton, it goes through some industrial process before you get it in a yarn form. But now the demand for Kente is very high. So now I just go through the industrial process, then you get everything. So now you don't rely on those primitive methods where they were using their hands for the spinning. So these are the common Kente that was available in the olden days, the black and white, and also the white and green.
Okay.
So all these colors, they were using natural dyes. So there were nothing like this kind of factory dyes and other color that you see now. It was just black and white only, where they were extracting fibers to dye the cotton before they use it to weave it. So during the transatlantic slave trade, that's where different weaving tools or different weaving materials were introduced. So this is rayon. And we also have silk.
Okay.
And we have this metallic yarn. So this is what you use to get this sparkling effect.
And Kente that come in that form are super expensive. Kente that has the metallic yarns inside.
What's super expensive? What does that mean?
So you see the metallic yarns are different from the normal.
No, I understand that, but I said, but what do you call super expensive when you said it's? I understand expensive, but super.
Additional cost.
So if maybe this one is being sold for like 1,000 cedis, the one with the metal will be sold like 1,600 or 1,700 cedis.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it's almost double.
Yes.
Okay.
So the materials, we have it in two forms. We have the hands and the cone. So the hands is the old form of thread that we were using before the cone also came. So when you buy the cone, we don't use this tool. We only go for this tool. That's the skein winder.
Okay.
So you just put it down and you spin it onto the bobbin.
Okay.
So this bobbin will goes into the shuttle for interlacement. But when we buy the hands, we just put it on the skein winder.
Okay.
Then we spin it onto the bobbin. So
No. So y'all don't use that way anymore.
we still use it, but this one is very fast. This one is less expensive. This one is expensive. So when you buy this, it's not expensive, but you have to do double work. But when you buy this, it's expensive, but it makes the work very fast.
Okay.
So you either go for this or you buy this.
Okay.
Everything has not changed. We still go by this same process. So we have the bobbin here. So this bobbin is made from bamboo. So to do the spinning, we put both of our legs here to stabilize the bobbin winder. And then we put a thread around the bobbin. So we use the left hand to hold the thread and use our right hand to hold the winder. We spin it.
Okay.
So when you buy the thread in the hands or in the bone form, it's still not ready for weaving. You have to spin it onto the bobbin before we start using them for the weave. So we like to try.
You can.
But I have a question. So you see, you can easily take the bobbin out and use the thread to
Weave.
go around it to get this same form. Yeah. So why do you have to go through the stress of inserting it this way and winding up before you get it around the bobbin?
You see, when you take the bobbin and then you want to go by yourself, the manual way, then before you you start weaving, you have to spend about 2 days doing only the spinning. Because what he was talking is like this: you have this, then you have this on your hands, so you'll be doing this every day. You'll be doing this. So how long do you
Isn't
think
that one
fast? You are going to spend more time. Yeah. So that's where the weavers develop this machine to make it very fast to work with, because now we work with time.
Right.
Yeah. So there's no way you have to waste time.
So you're weaving that, you're making that can buy it the other way? So they get the finished product there?
This one?
Yeah, that's
No.
the finished product.
You see, when you buy this, it's still not ready for weaving. This one, they have just spun it onto this plastic spoon so that you can easily put it on the ground. But this one, the cone, you cannot put it in here. So the reason why we are doing the spinning is for you to be able to put the thread in this shuttle.
Right.
Because this shuttle is what we use for interlacement.
Yeah.
So when you buy this, you can't put it here to leave. It's not going. And when you buy this, you cannot place it in here. It's
So
only
so both of those have to go into that either way.
Pardon?
So this or that one both have to go across.
Yes, it has to go onto this. So this idea is like a sewing machine. You see the sewing machine,
Yeah.
they have this small bobbin. So when you buy this thread, you cannot use it to sew. You have to spin it on the small bobbin before you place it in the machine for sewing. So the same way that it also works here. So there is a hole here. So you just put a broom here, then you connect it to this before you use it to leave. So when we get to the fold, you understand this more.
No, I understand that. I'm just, but you're saying that way is cheaper.
Yeah, this one is cheaper because it has not been spun onto this.
Right, but I'm gonna need to spin it onto that.
Yes, so let's see something here. It's like this. When you buy this, you see this one, you shouldn't go through this process by putting them on the skin winder. You just put it around this. And it's very fast when you're doing it.
Okay.
And when you buy this,
But that way it's cheaper though.
yes, this one is cheaper.
Okay.
The price is cheaper, but the work is not easy.
Right.
I got you. That just simplifies it a little bit, but somebody had to still wind it onto that opposed to instead of putting the string onto that. So somebody skipped a step for you.
So this one,
Okay.
because first this was what we were using before
No, I
they
understand.
advanced it to this.
No, I
So this is
understand.
advanced of this.
Right. Okay.
So we like to try. You can't weave in this position.
Okay.
We need the base of the beater to beat. So you see. So once it's going up, then this one also goes up. Then you can.
Okay.
So
This is as easy as it.
no, it's not. So this was the reason why we were doing the spinning.
Right.
So you put it in the shuttle, it's like this. So this is a broom, you connect it to the shuttle, then it's ready for interlacement.
Okay.
Then we also prepare the background. We have 400 thread here. So the cone thread, if you want to get 400 thread here, we have a field that we do a lot of calculations. So if someone comes and I want a 2 years Kente, the 2 years Kente, we know that 7 of the strips connect together to form a 2 years. Then we come and look at one length of one strip. So if one length is about 72 inches, then you go and multiply it by the 7 strip that you want before we get to know the whole length. So when we are doing, so if we are doing about 170 inches, you just cut them 72 inches, then you cut 72 inches, then you cut 72 inches times 10.
Right. Man.
So then we also look at the weight. So the weight are always determined by these two. So sometimes before you go and buy this, they have already written the number there. So when you see the number here, it is telling us that we have about 100 space here. So each space have to take 4 of the yarns. Then multiply 4 by 100 to get 400 thread. That's why you have this whole 400 before we start inserting them through the weaving tool. So we have the pair of feathers and the beater. So this feathers here is to divide the background into 2. So we take the 400 thread, we take them 2 each. So this is 2, this is 2, this is 2. So when 2 goes to the back, all the thread going on this shouldn't have any connection to this to prevent entanglement.
This is difficult.
Yeah, but they're saying it's easy.
It's easy to them.
Because that's what they do, but that is not easy.
Especially having marks inside.
Oh.
So this is more than a scissors. So once it goes through the headers, before we pass it through the beater,
Okay.
then we tied it onto the cloth beam to strengthen the background with the load. So the load keeps the cloth in position before you start the actual weaving. So I'm going to show you the 3 types of weaves. We have the simple weave, double weave, triple weave. So the simple weave is just a plain cloth, no design. That's the first stage. So we have the feathers which will go in between the toes.
Oh,
So it's like riding a bicycle, right, left, right, left. So when you press on the right, you lose the left. When you press on the left, you lose the right. So I have my shutting on my right hand. So always the hand and the leg, they coordinate. So when you have the shutting on right hand, you press your right foot down. Then you pass it through. Then you beat it. Now I have it in my left hand. So you switch, left foot down, pass it through, beat. Beat her back, right down, insert, left down, right, left, right, left. So this is where the weaving begins from. So this stage helps the weaver to know how to coordinate and also to increase your weaving speed. So from first day, you see that you'll be moving very slow. Second day, third day, then the speed will start coming. So this one, I can use just 45 minutes to get one strip. That's 72 inches.
I know sometimes you go double beat.
Yes. When I do a double beat, then that means I don't want, I want to balance